Hi, I'm Austin Orr with Salt 396, and I'm here today to talk to you about the short game. I'm not talking about golf. When a carp shows up almost at your feet, you're going to need to know how to make that cast. And I'm here today to try and show you some of my tricks and experience that I've come upon that will help you out. Here with me, I've got two rods that I would go to in this situation. This is a 6-weight, 9-foot rod that I have overlined with a 7-weight line in order to help me load and make that accurate cast. When you have very short casts, often you run into the problem of not being able to load your rod correctly, and that can be extremely frustrating. If I'm in tight quarters, say a small creek or maybe a bar ditch in an urban situation where you're casting to very short shots at fish, or maybe a park pond even, a shorter rod such as this is a 7.5-foot more finesse style rod that is easily loaded and can make quick short shots when called upon. Another thing you can do, in addition to choosing your rods wisely, is shorten that leader a little bit. Now, I know a lot of the time you find yourself in clear water and you can't get away with a shorter leader, but sometimes, especially carp fishermen, we find ourselves casting to fish in very dirty water, very off-colored water, and that requires pinpoint accuracy a lot of the time to put that fly on the fish's plate. You can shorten the leader even as far as 7 or even 6 feet, and you can use a heavier tippet, say a 10 or 12, maybe even 15-pound tippet, due to the dirty water. This allows you to roll your fly over a lot more effectively. And speaking of flies, your fly selection can really come into play when you're making these sorts of choices. For instance, here I have 3 different weights of flies. We have completely unweighted, lightly weighted with just the bead chain, and slightly more heavily weighted with lead eyes. This guy is designed to sink straight to the bottom in front of rooting fish, whereas this guy is more designed for shallow water, spooky fish. This one right here is kind of an all-arounder. It can be used in either situation, and this is probably the type of fly that I would choose most often. Don't think that just because you're a beginner, you can't cast accurately. One of the first casts I teach my students, the roll cast, is actually very accurate and can help you in many situations you find yourself in, whether a beginner or an expert. Another cast for covering short to mid-range shots is the over-the-shoulder vertical cast. This is a tight version of the cast that you would normally use. Notice how my loop is nice and open as I move back and tightens up as I come forward to roll that fly over into position. With practice, you can hit your target almost every time. Notice how my hand does not move back past my face. This allows for a short, controlled motion which helps me deliver the fly accurately.